On a Monday morning, Eli was nodding off at his desk after another sleepless night taking care of his recovering mother. His homeroom teacher, Ms. Carter, entered the class holding a large notice in her hand. "Class, I have something special to share with you today. The city is holding a design contest specifically for students from underprivileged backgrounds. This year's theme is the Dream Bridge. The prize is a summer scholarship at Parsons School of Design." Parsons. A name Eli had only dared to scribble in the corners of his notebook during daydreams. A dazzling school where kids learn design, architecture, and art. Things he only accessed through secondhand books and peeking into libraries. Miss Carter looked directly at Eli. "I think you should enter." He was startled, his cheeks flushing red. "But I don't have proper tools. I've never taken a drawing class." She smiled warmly. "All you need is a dream." That afternoon, Eli brought the sketchbook Miss Carter had given him out onto the old apartment balcony, where the last light of the day bathed the train tracks in gold. He sketched, erased, then sketched again. The bridge in Eli's imagination wasn't like any bridge he'd seen. It was a transparent glass bridge, held up not by cables or steel, but by sculpted hands reaching upward, symbolizing the unity of neighborhoods, parks, and people. "The bridge will be a place where everyone, rich or poor, old or young, can walk together," Eli wrote in slanted handwriting beneath the sketch. Each night, after visiting his mother in the hospital, he would return home and work under the glow of a small desk lamp, refining every line. Sometimes he fell asleep right there, still holding the pencil. The submission deadline drew closer. Eli wanted to improve the design further, but the sketchbook was nearly full, and his pencil had worn down to a stub. His small stash of coins was only enough to buy a cheap dinner. The night before the deadline, Eli hesitated. He thought, "Is this really worth it? Will anyone care?" Just then, his mother called from the hospital, her voice a little stronger. "Miss Carter came to visit me today. She told me about your design. I can't wait to see it. Don't give up, okay?" Eli was silent for a long while. Then he opened the notebook and drew the final line. The next morning, Eli brought his project to the post office. He stood in line among New York's rush hour crowd, business people in suits, tourists with luggage, homeless people sleeping nearby, and there he was, a small boy clutching a carefully wrapped sketch. He slid it into the mail slot and whispered, "Go on now, Bridge. Don't let anyone fall." Eli returned to his daily life. His mother was home now, still weak, but smiling more. They cooked together, fixed the broken desk lamp, and every weekend, Eli would head to the park to sketch. He began helping other students in art class, just small tips here and there. One kid named Luis, who loved airplanes, asked Eli to help draw wings. He agreed without hesitation. No one knew whether he'd win or not. But something had changed in Eli. He stood taller, spoke clearer, and believed a little more. Whether or not his drawing was chosen, he had taken the most important step. He had dared to cross the bridge of his own dreams. From a boy hidden in the shadows of struggle, Eli had stepped into a new light, using nothing but his pencil, his hope, and the quiet strength within him. The contest wasn't just about winning. It was about proving he could belong in a world of possibility. That week, rain fell endlessly over New York. Eli was helping his mother organize books when a knock came at the door. It was Mr. Frank, the familiar mailman of their building. "Got a letter for the young bridge architect," he smiled warmly, handing Eli a clean white envelope stamped with the Parsons School of Design logo. Eli's hands trembled. He looked at his mom. She nodded gently, her eyes a mix of worry and hope. He carefully opened the letter. "Dear Eli Rodriguez, after reviewing hundreds of submissions from across the city, we are honored to inform you that you are one of the top 3 winners of this year's Dream Bridge Design Competition. Your design, featuring a transparent bridge held up by sculpted hands of unity, not only stood out artistically, but deeply moved our panel of judges. With this award, you will receive a full 8-week summer scholarship at Parsons School of Design, a chance to apply for a full-year scholarship if you pursue further design education, a feature in the Future of New York public exhibition. We look forward to meeting you at the recognition ceremony on July 15th in the Grand Hall. Keep building bridges with your heart. Sincerely, the Parsons Committee." When Eli reached the line about his design being displayed at the Future of New York exhibition, tears welled up in his eyes. He had never imagined that a boy living behind a train station could ever be recognized like this. His mother pulled him into her arms. They cried, not from sadness, but because, for the first time, the dream no longer felt distant. Eli whispered, "Mom, I'll make it. I'll study hard. I'll build real bridges one day." On July 15th, Eli wore a white shirt Ms. Carter had gifted him and shoes his mom had carefully cleaned. Ms. Carter accompanied him to the Parsons Grand Hall, a place Eli had only seen in books. Inside were chandeliers, soaring ceilings, and artwork lining the walls. Eli's design was printed large and displayed right at the entrance. He was stunned to see people admiring it, a senior architecture student, a professional designer, even a little boy who exclaimed, "That bridge looks like something from my dreams." After the ceremony, Eli began the summer program at Parsons. He learned technical drawing, perspective, basic architecture, and digital design, things he had only ever read about. Though it was challenging at first, his raw creativity and quiet persistence helped him quickly improve. He made friends from all walks of life, wealthy kids, international students, but what they shared was a love for creativity and storytelling through design. Eli realized, dreams aren't limited by where you start, they're shaped by how you chase them. That evening, Eli sat on the rooftop of the school dorm, cool breeze brushing his hair, city lights sparkling. He opened his sketchbook and wrote the first line of a new project. Bridge 2. For the children who haven't dared to dream yet. In the distance, the subway rumbled. But this time, it wasn't just noise. It was rhythm. Familiar. Steady. Carrying Eli forward, not backward. From a boy with a blunt pencil and a torn notebook, Eli had stepped into the bright world of art and possibility. No one had given him a dream. He had drawn it himself, one line at a time, with quiet, determined love. Autumn arrived in New York with golden leaves falling all over the sidewalks. Eli stood in front of Parsons, his heart racing as he looked up at the modern building and the students coming from all around the world. This was a completely different world from the small corner of the city he once called home. Every student carried their own story, backpacks full of books, and confidence shining with every step. On the first day, Eli tried to start a conversation with Laura, a girl from Brooklyn. But Laura seemed busy with her friends upstairs, and Eli felt like an outsider. In class, everyone talked about summer vacations abroad, grand design projects, and professional design software Eli had never used. He began to feel small and unsure of himself. Technical drawing and perspective assignments frustrated Eli many times. He realized he lacked much of the foundational knowledge compared to others. Seeing his worn pencils and imperfect sketches, he wondered if it was even worth trying. After class, Miss Thompson approached Eli. "Eli, you have a special talent. But talent needs practice and patience. Don't hesitate to ask." One afternoon, sitting alone on the dorm rooftop, Eli opened his old sketchbook and looked back at his previous drafts. He remembered his mother's words. "No matter where you are, always hold on to your dreams and faith." A new idea sparked for his final project, a bridge that was not just architecture, but a story of the people living around it. He resolved to express his real experiences through every stroke. Gradually, Eli made friends with a small group of students who also loved art and faced difficulties in life. They shared struggles, motivated each other, and learned together day by day. Eli's best friend, Max, a boy from Queens, always encouraged him. "Not everyone starts at the top. What matters is that you don't stop moving forward." Autumn passed with long days of hard study, unfinished paintings, and valuable lessons. Eli realized success wasn't an immediate destination but a journey of perseverance each day. He wrote in his journal. Eli was no longer the boy lost in the crowd. He had found strength from his own story, from friends, and from the unwavering belief in his heart.